it don't matter what race or creed or color. You love this land and you're my brother. That ain't way to know your stand. If you say you can't pray, I'll show you we can. Ain't never gonna stop believing. We were born for freedom. We're born for freedom.
Hello, hello. Did my music video play? I don't know if it went all the way through, but it's not important. All right, we need to. Hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Patriots. We are the Ultra Maga Army, Ultra Maga Empire. We're standing tall. We're staying base. We are uncancelable. 1A Army, all of that, all of that, all of that. Okay, so look. I know a lot of us are pissed off. There's so much information coming out about the raid on Mar-a-Lago. It's getting super, super ridiculous right now. I want to talk about that, but I promised you guys on Saturday that we would do a listen party for Scott Perry because I was extremely impressed with him at CPAC. I felt like he was one of only maybe about 8 to 6 people out of 50 speakers that actually had action items for us as patriots. Guys, let me know if you can hear me okay. I've got the volume turned up on the mic, so it should be good. Hey, Lawrence, how are you? How are you? Before we get to talking about Scott Perry, got to do our housekeeping first, of course. Follow me on Instagram. I am at Red Pill Jenny. That is my personal page. If you want the full body shots and just, random shit that I do and see and eat in places I go, what I'm really like, thirst traps and therapy, little bit of the Red Pill Reading Club. That's all on Instagram. Twitter, I am at Rage Red Pill. TikTok, at Not Red Pill Rage. Truth Social, Gab, and Rumble, Red Pill Rage. Make sure you guys are following me on Rumble because you know I don't want to be here. But why am I here? I'm here for Zach, and we need to get some money. We need to get some money. I need some money. It is that time again. It's time for the fundraiser. We're fundraising the entire month of August. We're trying to hit $1,000. I got a really nice, juicy donation from Cap for Trump over on TikTok. He has been on the show before. He came on the show with his group Vet Talk in January. So it's nice to see a veteran supporting another veteran. And we also got one from Patriot Brothers, Zach, the other Zach that we all know and love. And my birthday is September 4th. Will be turning the big 40. And I asked you guys what kind of birthday party you guys wanted me to have. So I think we're going towards a totally 80s party. So if you want to see me looking all suddenly seeking Susan, I promise you it will be worth it. So make sure you get your donations in. I do know that my inbox is full, so just hold on to your receipts until I can clear out my inbox, and then send me your receipts at redpill_rage@protonmail.com. I found some photos of me when I was a little baby, and I thought maybe you guys would like to see those. Actually, this one is when I was 6 years old. I love this picture. I'm so cute. I mean, hold on, y'all about to see my nasty ass room right now because I have not cleaned up, but don't judge me. Okay. Don't judge me. But that's me. I think I was like 2 or 3 right there. Here's me. Needless to say, there's a good reason why I became a chef. There's me right there. Here's me. Here's me with my Hawaiian Samoan looking grandma. That's when I first came out. I'm going to cover my dad's face so I don't dox my dad, but there's me and my dad. Look at me. Look at those eyes. And then there's another picture of me and my dad with my dad's hatchback Ford Mustang. And this is my favorite picture because it shows me, it shows that even when I was a little kid, I still had resting bitch face. It's so cute, right? Do I still look like that? I think I do. I think I still look like that. I'm a lot darker because it's summertime, but I think I still look like that. Okay. So yes, the big 4-0 coming up September 4th. Make sure you guys are in like Flynn. Make sure you get your donations in. Hold on to your receipts until I clear my inbox, and then you can send me those receipts. You can always send me the receipts on Instagram. And again, on Instagram, my personal page, that is Red Pill Jenny. Okay. Also, part of let's just say ultra MAGA is a lifestyle. It's a genre. It's a genre. Not everyone fits on the roster. All right. Ultra MAGA lifestyle. We are buying American, and it takes discipline to buy American. Sometimes the products are more expensive, and even if they're not necessarily that much more expensive, they're really, really hard to find. It's really hard to search out products made in America. But this is one of the things that I'm doing for you. And eventually, Clue and I will come up with a really the most thorough database that we can make about buying products in America, specifically from Amazon, because I know the fact is a lot of you are not going to buy products from Mammoth Nation. I looked on Mammoth Nation. They don't have a lot of stuff. Okay. They just don't. Okay. We have to be realistic. Part of being a qualified commander, which I am, whether you like it or not, part of being a qualified commander is supplying your staff, supplying your crew, supplying your team with the tools that they need to be successful. And the truth is, you guys aren't going to sit there on Amazon as long as I am. You're not going to sit there and read through everything, which is why I'm doing it for you. Okay. So some more products. These you can actually get from Whole Foods. There's a cosmetics company called Pacifica. Their products are cruelty-free, vegan, and they are made in the USA. So I just bought the can't see it. You can't even see it. Okay, I just bought the Cherry Matte setting spray. So if you're wondering why my makeup looks so good all the time, it's because I use that Cherry Matte setting spray. And then we also have, oh, it's white, so it's not going to show up. Okay, we also, try it this way. We also have the Pacifica. All right, never mind. Just take my word for it. We have the Pacifica mascara, and I've been using this too. I'm not crazy about this mascara. It is a little wet. And it doesn't lengthen and thicken, but it is very, very dark and it does look pretty. It's just not my favorite mascara. But that doesn't mean I'm going to give up. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop trying. That doesn't mean I'm not going to continue to buy as much stuff as I can from companies that manufacture here in America. Another one, you guys like Epsom salt baths? Well, Dr. Teal's is an American company. Now, you do have to turn it over and look at the back, okay? Because some of their Epsom salts are made in America, but they have ingredients sourced in other places. This particular one is the cannabis sativa hemp seed oil with essential oil blend Epsom salt soaking solution. I will swear by this. And you all know that I have a very, very physical job. I am sore and tired and in pain all the time. So if I tell you that this Epsom salt really, really works, I promise you that it does. Okay. I am the test. Okay. I'm not just advertising these products. I'm not getting paid by these companies. I'm doing it because this is what the fuck we need to do in order to save our country. Okay. We need to keep the money in house. All right. So let's go on to, you've heard of leave Britney alone. You know what? Leave Scott Perry alone. And I'm sorry if I say Rick Scott and Scott Perry interchangeably, because like I said, they were one of the only speakers at CPAC that actually had really legitimate tangibles and action items. And I was extremely impressed with Scott Perry. I think he is the leader of the Freedom Caucus agenda, and he shared that with us. So I was going to play the audio recording that I took at CPAC, but there is actually video of him. So I figured we would watch that together. I'm going to go ahead and give you his action items first. I want you to write them down and we will revisit them later. We need to understand our leverage points. We need to know what team we're on. We need to learn the rules of operation. And he's going to talk about the majority of the majority, the 72 hours review of a bill, and robust oversight. He will explain what these mean. We need to start to break down the illusion of representative government. We need to understand the four corners deal. We need to understand what a lame duck session is. Okay. I'm not going to explain those things. I'm going to let him explain them. But first, we are going to talk about who he is real quick. Hey, look who's here.
All right. Sure, what's up, Jen?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm pretty good. I'm off work today. I just had to throw on my clothes and just pop on over here on my computer.
Okay. Well, so as you can see from the title, we are discussing Scott Perry. So what I was going to do is I was going to go through a few things just to kind of overview, and then we'll listen. What we'll do is we're going to listen to his speech. It's only 12 minutes, so it's really short. And then you and I will discuss the action items from his speech. Sound good?
Okay. Yeah. Sound good.
So hold tight for about 10 minutes. We'll do the speech for 12, and then you come back, or you could stay in, but I'm just, we'll discuss it together afterward.
All right.
Cool. All right. So first off,
I'll mute myself.
Who is Congressman Scott Perry? Proudly serving Pennsylvania's 10th congressional district. Let's read a little bit about Scott. Scott Perry brings a unique background of hard work, small business, and military leadership and community involvement to the U.S. House of Representatives. Perry served 3 times as a Pennsylvania state representative, where he established a record for protecting taxpayers' interests in Harrisburg. While serving there, he was assigned to the committees on appropriations, consumer affairs, labor relations, veterans affairs, emergency preparedness, and rules. He earned the privilege of serving as a congressman for Pennsylvania's 4th congressional district from 2013 to 2017. He earned re-election to the newly redistricted 10th District in 2018 and presently serves as the U.S. House Committees on Transportation and Infrastructure and Foreign Affairs. Perry is a member of and the newly elected chairman of the House Freedom Caucus, whose mission is to give a voice to countless Americans who feel that Washington does not represent them. We support open, accountable, and limited government, the Constitution and the rule of law, and policies that promote liberty, safety, and prosperity of all Americans. Perry knows the importance of hard work and dedication. He's the grandson of Colombian immigrants and the son of a single mom who fled abuse and worked several jobs to support her children, with whom she finally landed in central Pennsylvania in their first home on Berry Hill Street in Harrisburg, then to Dillsburg. Scott and his family were on public assistance for several years during his youth. He was raised in a Spartan home, which initially had no electricity and plumbing, required bathing in a steel tub on the porch, pumped water from a well, and cut firewood with his older brother to keep the family warm in winter. Perry began working at age 13, picking fruit at Ashcombe's farm in Mechanicsburg, and then he's worked as a mechanic, dock worker, draftsman, and licensed insurance agent, amongst myriad of other jobs. He's a 1980 graduate of Northern High School and the Cumberland Perry Vo Tech School. He put himself through college while working a full-time job and graduated from the Pennsylvania State University in 1991, where he earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration Management. In 1993, Perry and his mom started their own mechanical contracting firm, initially in their garage. Dillsburg-based business provided contract construction and maintenance services to municipal and investor-owned utilities from North Carolina to New York and specialized in large meter calibration. Perry began his military service when he enlisted in the Army in 1980. He attended basic training at Fort Dix, New Jersey, and graduated advanced individual training at Fort Belvoir, Virginia, as a technical drafting specialist. He graduated as the president of his officer candidate school and was commissioned a second lieutenant in the field artillery branch. He soon branch transferred to Army Aviation, where he learned qualifications in almost every aircraft in the Army's rotary ring inventory: Huey, Cayuse, Kiowa, Cobra, Chinook, Apache, and Black Hawk, as well as the instructor pilot rating. He's commanded the company, battalion, and brigade levels. Notably, then Lieutenant Colonel Perry commanded the 2nd 104th General Support Aviation Battalion, which deployed from Iraq to 2009 to 2010, during which he flew 44 combat missions. In 2011, he was promoted to the rank of colonel, became commander of the Fort Indiantown Gap National Training Site, and was selected to attend the coveted United States Army War College, from which he earned a master's degree in strategic studies. Oh, my nigga. Y'all are going to see. I'm about to show you. Y'all are going to see. Y'all are going to see. Why? Wait. Watch how this man speaks. Okay. From which he earned a master's degree in strategic studies. Perry was privileged to be selected for promotion to the rank of brigadier general in 2014 and served as the assistant division commander in the 28th Infantry Division, the Army's oldest actively serving division. After serving in his final position as the assistant adjutant, I can't pronounce that word, general, Pennsylvania Army National Guard, Brigadier General Perry retired in March 1st, 2019, upon nearly 40 years of military service. Okay, we are going to stop there with that. And as we all know, what an impressive resume, huh, Mo?
Oh, yes, and very impressive.
Very impressive.
Very
So
impressive.
this is one thing. Let me go get my book real quick. Okay.
All right. What's up, y'all? How everybody doing over here? Shout out to the chat room. Angry Snowman,
Okay.
Lawrence.
This is. Oh, we got friends in here, huh? I see you, Zach. I sent you a shout out earlier. I see you, Angry Snowman. I see you, Lawrence. I see you, Clue. Okay. All right. All the boys are in here. I'm glad you guys are in here. Let me go ahead and give you guys the link if you want to jump in as well. Copy and paste. Okay. One of the things that I'm trying to get the Ultra Maga empire to understand is that not
Mhm.
everyone who is loud and bombastic and popular and cute and attractive and charming is a bona fide leader. And I want you
Right.
guys to understand that leadership is sometimes quiet. Leadership is sometimes discreet. Leadership is sometimes uh, not charming and not uh, someone who's got the best hair and the best suits and who has the most followers on their podcast. This is what
Yeah.
I need you guys to understand. Sun Tzu, okay, Art of War. I'm going to repeat it to the day that I fucking die. I need you guys to understand. Strengths of a qualified commander: wisdom, knowledge, credibility, strictness, benevolence, courage, skillful, and concerned by punishment, places the army first, tranquil, obscure, upright, self-disciplined, strong commander, clever, inventive, and all-encompassing talents. Weaknesses: unenlightened, brutalizes and fears the masses, not strict, loves the people, committed to life, unable to fathom the enemy, obsessed with achieving fame for purity, easily
Yeah.
angered, hasty to act, arrogant, weak, and that is a poor commander. I didn't say it. Don't be
Mhm.
mad at me. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I didn't say it. Sun Tzu said it.
You dig?
So, Mo, Angry Snowman is here. Let's say hello to him real quick, and then we are going to read about what the FBI did to Scott Perry. Hi.
What it do?
What's going
What
on,
it
Trader
don't do?
Trash?
Quit gentrifying our women.
What'd you say?
I'm just messing with Mo.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
we
said
always roll.
him and Clue need to stop gentrifying our white women.
well, guess what? I'm gentrifying the white boys. I'm divested.
That's right.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. I think, actually, to be quite honest with you, I think people need to stop focusing so much on skin tone when they date anyhow, and focus on people that make them happy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Exactly. So, I don't know when you came in, but we're discussing Scott Perry, Representative Scott Perry, and what just happened to him immediately after the FBI raided Mar-a-Lago for Donald Trump. They came after Scott Perry right after. Okay. So
Really? I didn't
let's
know that
see
they were
what
going after
the
all
fake
kinds of
news has
buses.
to say about it.
I'm just noticing that.
After, let me go ahead and share screen, and then we will listen to his speeches. Don't know. Let me make the screen a little. They just went after him. Okay. After Scott Perry's phone seizure, House GOPers seem shocked to learn laws apply to them. Oh, well, fuck you too, Jahan Jones, you little bitch. Pennsylvania Republican and 2020 election denier Scott Perry announced Tuesday that the FBI seized his cell phone a day after federal agents
Did we lose Jen?
I guess we the host right now. We lost Jen.
Right. I was going to say, did we lose her? That's crazy.
I kind of seen her circling up, you know, like I thought it was my connection, you know.
So did I, dude. I actually switched off my Wi-Fi to my phone's internet because I thought it was my Wi-Fi kicking in and out since I'm outside.
Yeah.
So what's good with you, Mo?
And I'm good. I'm good. This is my off day today, man. Just chilling, man. And I see you cut your beard. I'm looking like I ain't recognize you.
Yeah, well, dude, it's been cut off since it got warm out, man.
Yeah.
Every time once summer gets around, I gotta let it go, dude. But once winter hits, I got to grow it back to keep the face warm.
Right. Get your good little goatee on right now. I thought about just pulling my goatee for a minute.
My hair's growing back pretty quick though.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, actually, when you get a chance later today, hit me up on the back. You know, give me a call because I wanted to talk to you about.
All right.
Okay. I am back. I apologize. Can everyone hear me? I apologize for that. As you guys know, I'm in a house full of commies and the internet is not great. Okay. I do not have an Ethernet cord, so stop chastising me about it. I am doing the best I can. Please bear with me. Oh.
All right. Please bear with us. You know, we have technical difficulties right here. And Jen is having issues with the feed. But bear with her, okay? We will get to it. Oh, Snowman said he got put backstage. He's backstage. Jen, if you hear me, he's backstage. All right. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. I appreciate everybody for their patience. Patience is a virtue.
Okay, guys, I just turned off my cell phone so we would have less devices on the internet. I apologize. I don't know where I left off. Does anyone remember? Where did I leave off?
Snowman said he's backstage. No, you have problems.
Okay, I'll start. The seizure is unclear thus far, but okay, there we go. Got everybody. The reason for the phone seizure is unclear thus far, but it may have had something to do with the January 6th attack and Trump's effort Joe Biden's election victory. Perry is a key figure in the House 6 committee's investigation. I'm sorry, the House Jan 6 committee's investigation. According to the committee, Perry aided in Trump's failed Justice Department official Jeffrey Clark, who another election denier, as acting attorney general in the final weeks of his presidency. Federal authorities executed a search warrant on Clark's home in June. Law enforcement is taking a similar approach with Perry. Note is refusing to comply with a subpoena.
Oh, we lost Jen again.
They don't want her speaking, do they?
No, they don't, man.
You know, it's funny how they got this war on truth going on, man.
Yep. That's a war on truth, man.
That's what me and Brandon were talking about the other night, the war on truth, Mo.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, it's like they're going to, They're gonna grind the point home. They're going the point home that if you do not do as we fucking say, we will
Yes.
terrorize you. This is typical societal narcissism, political narcissism 101. If
Yeah.
you don't do what I say, I will make your life a living hell, and I won't just come after you. I'm going to come after all of your friends, anyone who supports you, anyone who's not even your friend, but who has questions, anyone
Yep.
who even has questions about it, anyone who wants to assert their rights, forget about it. All right, let me finish here.
All right.
Almost uniformly, GOP lawmakers have responded with outrage over a sitting member of Congress having his phone seized, as though being elected makes one exempt from the law. Okay, what about Nancy Pelosi? What about her husband? What about her nephew? I mean, they're exempt from the law. See, do as I say, not as I do. Typical narcissism.
What about the
Ridiculous.
30,000 emails that came up missing?
Um, in reality, oh, and Hillary. Oh, we didn't even talk about Hillary. In reality, the fact that powerful people are theoretically subjected to the same laws as less powerful people is a tenet of democracy. But many Republicans disagree. In a statement to Fox News, Perry himself expressed outrage that the FBI, under the direction of Merrick Garland's DOJ, would seize the phone of a sitting member of Congress. The House GOP leaders were in lockstep on what effectively amounts to a members of Congress should be immune from investigation line of attack too. Oh, but Hillary's immune from investigation. Gavin Newsom's immune from investigation. I mean, the list of names, I mean, how many are there? It's ridiculous. Okay, I'm not going to read any more of what this piece of shit, Jahan Jones, wrote, but I just wanted to give you guys an overview because I personally am really fucking pissed about this. The reason I'm pissed about this is because Scott Perry has shown the qualifications of a commander, and we will watch them right now. Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
I want you guys to listen to his speech. If you want to chime in on anything that he says, just raise your hand real quick so I can see you. And
Right.
we will stop it and
Right on.
pause it and proceed with whatever comment you have to make.
For shizzle.
And we will go from there. Okay. Let it queue up.
From the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, Representative Scott Perry.
The audio's a little low, Jen.
Come on. If it doesn't play the video, what we'll do is I'll just play the audio. Hold on, let me refresh the page 1 second.
Man, they are messing with her hard, bro.
I guess they don't want to be free. The truth set you free. All right. know she's kicked off, but we'll hold down for a second.
Look, Mo, this is what happens when people just try to share truth, man. Bad. This is really sad.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for your patience. We're just going to play the audio, okay?
Right on.
Hey, Jen, just make sure you got it up loud because when it was playing before it glitched out, the audio was really low on that.
All right. I think Snowman's backstage. We'll put up next thing. Damn, they kicking Snowman off. Jen is all paused up right here. I can't stand the fuckery YouTube. Now I'm on here all by myself. You know, but yeah. They don't want to be free. The truth will make you free. They don't want to be made free. They don't want to be free. You know, the truth breaks the chains. It breaks it, okay? It breaks it. The truth is a breakthrough. And we all need a breakthrough. People out there need a breakthrough. When you have a breakthrough, that means you're not in the bubble no more. When you have a breakthrough, you're not in the box no more. They don't want to break through. They don't want us to break through. They want them shackles on. But y'all see what's going on with all this, with the investigation, with the FBIs. Y'all see all that. Y'all see all that, okay? Jen trying to bring you some good stuff over here. You dig?
Thank you for your patience, okay? We're going to get through this. This is only 12 minutes.
Yes, no doubt.
I am trying, y'all. I'm doing the best I can.
They say this is a good bill, we want you to vote for it. Our side understand, the Democrats cannot pass this bill on their own. They don't have enough votes. You already know this. Many Democrats hate our military. They hate what it is. And gentlemen, you know what that is? That is a leverage point. You need me. If you need me, I'm going to need some things from you. So, our side brought to us and said, this is a good bill. A bunch of us in the Freedom Caucus looked at it and said, this is a terrible bill. You know what the Democrat solution is to the woes that they're imposing on the military? Drafting our daughters. Right? That's one of their solutions. Freedom Caucus said, absolutely not. Absolutely not. We're going to take an official position. We're going to let the world know. We're going to let everybody know, and then you're going to call your representative, your senator, and say, do not vote for that. And it's exactly what happened. And they took.
Here we go again. Same old shit, dog. It's a different day. Yeah, they're striking everybody, man. They're striking everybody. But we be damned if they let us stop us. They can strike us all they want to. They can give us 3 strikes and we out the game, but we still in the game. No, we out the game, all this stuff is a game. Man, y'all better recognize. We better recognize. Okay. All right, Jen's back.
All right, John. while. I just reset the internet. Let's see if we can get this going. All right, first I'm going to test this by know the rules of operation. Okay.
Freedom Caucus looked at it and said, this is a terrible bill. You know what the Democrats' solution is to the woes that they're imposing on the military? Drafting our guards. Right? That's one of their solutions. Freedom Caucus said, absolutely not. Absolutely not. We're going to take an official position. We're going to let the world know. We're going to let everybody know, and then you're going to call your representative, your senator, and say, do not vote for that. And it's exactly what happened. And they took that out of the bill. That's a smart below 50% right now. Can't replace people in the military because they're imposing the vaccines, right? So we got Senator Lee. He went to the leadership over there and said, we need a bill, standalone bill to end the vaccine before we vote on the NDAA. Now listen to the math. So 7 senators did not show up for the vote. 4 Republican. Okay? Wow. 46 Republicans voted yes. 47 Democrats voted no. We lost by 1. Lost by 1. 2 of those 4 Republicans that didn't show up were there earlier in the day. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a leverage point. You got to know who your team is, and you got to be in the fight. We could have won by 1.
You got to know who your team is. You got to know who your fucking team is. We got traitors on this side. We got traitors. We got snitches.
Yep, we got Judas. Betray you with a kiss.
I'm not playing with these people no more.
Oh, hell no.
And neither is Scott Perry, and that's why they took his phone.
Below 50% right now. Can't replace people in the military because they're imposing the vaccines, right? So we got Senator Lee. He went to the leadership over there and said, we need a bill, standalone bill to end the vaccine before we vote on the NDAA. Now listen to the math. So 7 senators did not show up for the vote. 4 Republican. Okay? Wow. 46 Republicans voted yes. 47 Democrats voted no. We lost by 1. Lost by 1. 2 of those 4 Republicans that didn't show up were there earlier in the day. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a leverage point. You got to know who your team is, and you got to be in the fight. We could have won by 1. You could have won by 1 if we were in the fight. You know this, and I know this. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. But we can win. We can win if we fight, if we're willing to fight. Let's move on to the next one. We're in the great state of Texas. This is another, we're in the great state of Texas. So the red flag law that came out of the Senate came to the House of Representatives. Senator Cornyn, not only the understand sometimes you got a bad vote, you get a bad situation, you got to vote on something. But don't help them write the bill and they'll co-sponsor the bill, right? So that's what happens. Senator Cornyn does that, and a bunch of Republican senators follow up on this thing, this red flag law that takes away your right to due process. And then it comes to the House. And then House members say, well, look, a bunch of Republican senators voted for this, so this must be okay. And our leadership says to us, well, we're going to recommend a no vote. Recommend a no vote? Whose side are you on? Whose team are you on? So the Freedom Caucus says, no. We want you to whip against it and let the American people know this is an awful bill. Right. They finally came around. It's a small victory, but it's a victory, and we can win some of these things. Now, we lost a few, right? Adam Kinzinger voted yes. Liz Cheney voted yes. We're not coming back. Adam Kinzinger not coming back, and Liz Cheney will lose in about a week and a half. All right? Speaking of Liz Cheney, 2 years ago, the House Freedom Caucus went to our leadership and said, she's got to go. She does not speak for us. She's coming out against Republican members because she disagrees with their votes. She's got to go. We're trying to force a vote. And our leadership said we should be honored to have Liz Cheney in our conference leading us. That's what I said, right? We brought it back in February of 2021, brought the issue back. And our leadership went out and got the votes, 145 extra votes for her to stay the conference chair. What, 3 months later? 3 months later, she was voting for impeachment and working with the Democrats at the J6 committee. We finally got our leadership to kick her off that leadership position. You made it for that victory. You gotta be willing to fight. That's what has to happen. So we talked about leverage, talked about no one will team. No one will team. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody that runs for Congress, they ran because they knew something was messed up in Washington. They know the same thing you do, right? They didn't go there to do the same things over and over again, yet that's what happens. That's exactly what happens. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the rules. The rules of the operation and what we can do, because we've got some things coming up. So we have rules in the House of Representatives that we operate by. Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House, has instituted what's called martial law. So she can bring a bill to the floor, never gone through committee, no notice on the day you're going to vote on it, and she does that kind of stuff. I got a news flash for you. Our side would like to do the same thing as well, because what they want you to have is what you have now, which is the illusion of representative government. The illusion of representative. You think your representative's going to Washington, D.C. on your behalf, and she's working on the bills, and they're up late at night working on the language and changing some things and all this stuff. Not happening. Not happening. Here's how it goes. The Republican ranking member gets together with the chairman, the Democrat chairman in the House, and they get together with the chairman and the ranking member in the Senate, and they work out what's called a four corners deal. Four corners deal. You're not involved. Here's where you get involved. They bring it to the floor, and then they come to you and they say, we need you to vote. We need you to vote on this, and there's an agreement. There's an agreement in place. And if you're a Freedom Caucus member, whose name is Perry, you say, well, Mr. Chairman, I don't have an agreement. I wasn't in the room. So I'm going to have to be no on the bill. And that's where the problems start. Ladies and gentlemen, the rules are important. Here's what we have coming up, right? So we talked a little bit about what has happened. We're going to come back in September. The Democrats don't have the votes to pass the appropriations. How we spend your money. They don't have the votes. You know what that means? We got a leverage point, right? What we can't have, what we cannot have is Republicans voting for that. Because here's what they're going to want to do. They know the cavalry's coming because you're senator, right? Just over the horizon, here comes the Republican Party new representatives coming. You saw some of them out here on the floor, on the stage, right? They're coming. The Democrats are going to say, do a continuing resolution, be with us on this, into, I don't know, let's say December. Now, what's going to happen in November 8th? They're all going to lose their election, and Republicans are going to take over. But they're still going to be in office until they get sworn in January. It's called the lame duck session. And then they're going to pass something horrific that we're going to have to deal with into the next year. Spending and policy. Republicans cannot help them. Cannot help them. That's the leverage point. In September, we have to say, no, you people wanted the majority. God bless you, you have it. You pass it without our help. You pass it. Republicans cannot cave in on this leverage point. What it takes is courage. Simple word, it's courage. Ladies and gentlemen, the rules. You're going to see in about a month or so, you're going to start hearing about the rules of how we conduct business.
So real quick, what I wanted to say is that what he's talking about with these 72-hour reviews of bills, and sometimes they're even less. So what the Democrats are doing is they're trying to pass bills. They're basically getting whoever's going to get up in the fucking middle of the night and come and vote on it without giving everyone a full reasonable amount of time to review these bills. Now, you have to understand, some of these bills are hundreds of pages. They're hundreds of pages. Matt Getz talks about this on his channel, Firebrand, on his podcast, Firebrand, all the fucking time. The Democrats come in, they try to be real slick. They propose a bill, they vote on it within 24 hours, not even giving everyone a good chance for either them or their staff to review the bill collectively, to discuss it. And then they pass it through. And you got a lot of Republicans that are too fucking lazy to read the fine print. This has to stop. Scott Perry is trying to help stop this. This is the slick shit that they do. And what he's saying is, well, if they're doing these 24-hour bill reviews,
Yeah.
why aren't we? Why aren't we using the same slick tactics that they're using? Why are we just sitting back and taking it? Why are we voting on shit we don't even understand?
Exactly. Ugh. Why are we not doing that?
Lost by one. Two of those four Republicans that didn't show. Months later, she was voting for impeachment. You think your representative's going to Washington, D.C. on your behalf, and she's working on the bills, and they're up late at night working on the language and changing some things and all this stuff. Not happening. Not happening. Here's how it goes. The Republican ranking member gets together with the chairman, the Democrat chairman in the House, and they get together with the chairman and the ranking member in the Senate, and they work out what's called a four corners deal. Four corners deal. You're not involved. Here's where you get involved. They bring it to the floor, and then they come to you and they say, we need you to vote. We need to vote on this, and there's an agreement. There's an agreement in place. And if you're a Freedom Caucus member, whose name is Perry, you say, well, Mr. Chairman, I don't have an agreement. I wasn't in the room. So I'm going to have to be no on the bill. And that's where the problems start. Ladies and gentlemen, the rules are important. Here's what we have coming up, right? So we talked a little bit about what has happened. We're going to come back in September. The Democrats don't have the votes to pass the appropriations. How we spend your money. They don't have the votes. You know what that means? We got a leverage point, right? What we can't have, what we cannot have is Republicans voting for that. Because here's what they're going to want to do. They know the cavalry's coming because you're sending them, right? Just over the horizon, here comes the Republican Party new representatives coming. You saw some of them out here on the floor, on the stage, right? They're coming. The Democrats are going to say, do a continuing resolution, be with us on this, into, I don't know, let's say December. Now, what's going to happen in November 8th? They're all going to lose their election, and Republicans are going to take over. But they're still going to be in office until they get sworn in January. It's called the lame duck session. And then they're going to pass something horrific that we're going to have to deal with into the next year. Spending and policy. Republicans cannot help them. Cannot help them. That's the leverage point. In September, we have to say, no, you people wanted the majority. God bless you, you have it. You pass it without our help. You pass it. Republicans cannot cave in on this leverage point. What it takes is courage. Simple word, it's courage. Ladies and gentlemen, the rules. You're going to see in about a month or so, you're going to start hearing about the rules of how we conduct business. How we conduct business in the House. And I talked a little bit about martial law and all those things. So what we're going to ask for, we need Republicans to vote for this so that they can participate, so they don't have to take orders from leadership. Because you know who their leadership is? It's the citizenry. Not who's elected in Congress for leadership, not who's changed the citizenry. So the rules would be, I'll give you just a couple examples. The majority of the majority. Any bill that we bring to the floor, any bill at all, has to have the majority of the majority. The Republicans are the majority. If you can't get majority of Republican support for it, you can't run it. And you'd say to yourself, well, of course, that's obvious. Ladies and gentlemen, I served under John Boehner. I served under Paul Ryan. I can't tell you how many times they couldn't get the votes on the Republican side, so they went to the Democrats, and more of them voted for it than we did. They will sell us out. We got to put that in the rules, ladies and gentlemen. It has to be in the rules. How about this? 72 hours to read a bill. It's in the rules right now. We waive it all the time. You know what? You just waive it. They say that doesn't matter anymore. We just move the bills right to the floor. We want 72 hours. You know what? We want to read it. You know the other reason? We want you to read it.
Yes.
We want to talk to you. Emergency, with 3/4 of the conference agreeing that this is an emergency. If an emergency isn't, we want to run the bill before you've all read it. That can't be the emergency. And then finally, one that I really like, oversight. Oversight. We must conduct oversight, robust oversight. There's no reason that Jim Jordan should be peeling open the deal.
So what he's talking about with these middle of the night lame duck session things, I don't know how many of y'all have ever been in family court, but it's kind of like when your your ex or your child's parent calls an ex parte court date on you. And an ex parte court date is basically they will go to the court. They will say, here's an emergency. We need to have a session, whether it be regarding visitation or child support. Okay. So you can go to the court on an ex parte court date. Okay. It's kind of like going to get a haircut without an appointment, or going to the DMV without an appointment. They will put you on the docket, and then you can state your case to the judge, and the judge will rule on whatever it is you say. And if the other party doesn't show up, the judge will rule in your favor by default. And sometimes they'll do that, but sometimes they'll call for another court date, you know. But this is basically what the Democrats are doing to us. And the Republicans are too stupid and too lazy and too compromised to know that this is what's happening. They're pulling ex parte court dates on us without giving us notice and without telling us what exactly is all in the bill. Okay. And then when the Republican majority leaders come to, I guess, I don't know, maybe the new people or the younger people or whoever, they're saying, okay, you just got to vote with what we said. And they're like, wait a minute. We didn't read this. You gave us 24 hours to read a 900-page document, a 500-page document. I haven't read it. My staff hasn't read it. And I certainly haven't discussed this with my constituents. I'm not voting on this shit. This is what Scott Perry is talking about. He's talking about changing this. And again, listen to Firebrand podcast with Matt Getz. He will tell you this is what's happening all the fucking time. They're bringing this shit up in the middle of the night. Motherfuckers are voting at 2, 3 in the morning.
Yep. 2 or 3 in the morning. No lie, no fake news, no false, message, whatever. It's all real.
And the thing is, most of us who grew up with public education, we don't realize this is happening. And we're trying to align ourselves with the ones that we think are right. But the thing is, they're fucking lazy. They're lazy and they're compromised.
Fuck yeah. Compromised. Listen, everybody.
And Joe Biden and China, and finally a thing called the Holman. You're not familiar with it. I know this is inside baseball. I just want you to get that in your mind, because it allows members of Congress to strike out spending provisions one by one. You know the other thing it does? It allows us to look at bureaucrats that work in the administration that we can't fire and take their salary down to $1. Now, I'm thinking Anthony Fauci. Ladies and gentlemen, we can fight if we win. We can win if we fight, right? We can win if we fight, but we've got to fight. 11 points, you got to be on the same team. You got to know the rules. God bless you. Let's save the Republic.
The last thing he said was, God bless you. Let's save the Republic. Now, I'm going to tell you, having spent 48 hours at CPAC, Scott Perry, Rick Scott, Jeff Landry, Sean Reyes, Patty Meckler were pretty much almost the only speeches that gave any action items. Now, Scott Perry just told us all how the game is really played. He just exposed the game. To everybody. Now, is it a coincidence that somebody who's got that type of military background is a bona fide blue collar worker, hard worker, just like we are? Is it a coincidence that someone like him would have the FBI all up in his business? It's not a coincidence, because this, you see, the FBI hasn't come for any of the other election deniers yet.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I can promise you, they're not going to come for the ones that are just talking about it. They're going to come for the ones that are about it. Scott Perry, he be about it. And after 40 years in the military, I think we can all collectively say that he knows the rules of engagement. He just gave us the operation. He just told us how to fight this war. Okay? It's not a coincidence that they're going to show up at his house asking for his phone. Are you kidding me? See, there's a lot of big talkers. There's a lot of Trump supporters. There's a lot of election deniers that they don't see as a threat because they're all talk, because they don't have the qualifications of a commander. But here we got somebody who is a qualification of, who is a qualified commander. And so, yeah, the FBI wants his phone. The FBI wants to be all up in his business.
Yes.
I mean, it's just appalling to me. I'm going to let you speak, Mo. You have been very, very patient. I appreciate you.
Oh, ain't no thing. I appreciate you.
Angry Snowman, you can go after that.
I mean, when you have when you're not compromised, you're a threat. Anytime you're not compromised, anytime you don't fall for the okey doke, anytime you don't play the game, you know you're a threat. You know, you're not compromised. You know, and them the ones that they will check your phones, they will shut down, try to shut down, silence you, try to bully you, because you are not compromised. You know, and like myself, I say this, I'm not your everyday, you know, you gotta say I'm not your everyday politician. I'm not your everyday politician, or I'm not your everyday conservative. I'm not your everyday right winger. I'm just me. I'm just Maurice Dell. Just my name. That's who I am. And I stand for the principles. And that's it. And that's what we got to stand for. And I tell people a million times that this movement ain't about Trump. It ain't about Trump. It ain't. It's about saving America. It's about principles. It's about morals. It's about our children. It's about our future. That's what it's about. It ain't about Trump. Look, Red Pill, Jen. I said this when Trump was in office in 2019, and I said this: what you gonna do when Trump's out of office? Whether he win or not, whether he win again, he's still gotta be there for more years. You still gotta do what you gotta do. Whether he lose, I mean, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. They still would have been on some other fuckery. It doesn't matter. I tell you what you're gonna do life after Trump, and you got these people that still with the red hats. Look at the red hats. Oh, trust the plan. No. You gotta trust the plan. The plan. And that's all. This is just a movement to get us together, to get ready for the new order, get ready for how they trying to sexualize our children, trying to indoctrinate. We just got to get ready for it, because this is bound to happen anyway. The Bible said in the last days, it would be like the days of Noah. And that's what it is. All right, I'm done. I said what I had to say. Let everybody just meditate on this.
I've said it a million times, and I'll keep saying it. He lit the torch, and it is time for each and every one of us to carry it. And although, yes, I got on Fox News saying that I would love to see Trump run again, and possibly with DeSantis, and possibly with, Kristi Noem. I want to see who else is going to step up to the plate. Mm-hmm. We can't all put our eggs in that basket. And we certainly can't put our eggs in that basket if we, the people, are not willing to address this issue with election fraud. Mm-hmm. If we are not willing to be poll workers, if we are not willing to camp out outside of these drop boxes, if we are not willing to do the dirty shit, I mean, it's not even dirty. If we are not willing to step up to the plate, we can't just keep you know, touting his name like he's the savior. He's not the savior. We are our own saviors. You know what I mean? God helps those who help themselves. And right now we're not helping ourselves because we're not looking at leaders like Scott Perry and trying to really understand exactly what they're saying and exactly the list of items of what we need to do and how we need to do it. Go ahead, Angry Snowman. Angry Snowman, are you still here? Are you still here?
Snowman. Brian, come on, bro. What up? I can't hear you. We can't hear you, bro. Brethren.
1 second. He's trying to get his audio together.
God damn it.
There you are. Oh, we just heard him. We heard you. So jump back in. I'll send the link again in the stream. It's right there, Angry Snowman. Okay. Let's look at some of these comments here. Oh, Miss Empress Janet is here. Hello, sweetie pie. Hello, darling.
Hello, darling.
Blessings at Red Pill Rage panel and chat. Please check your IG. Yes, I saw your messages. I will check that ASAP. Jen, how about Lauren Boebert? Okay, I know that she's very outspoken. She's very strong. But again, where's the action items? It's the same old with her. I'm not downgrading her. I met her briefly in passing at CPAC. She liked my dress. But I didn't hear her speaking like that. I didn't hear her giving up the game and telling us what we need to do. So, I mean, if you want to just talk the same talking points over and over and over again, but you don't have a battle strategy, then I can't fuck with you. I'm sorry. Like, by the way, she is gorgeous in real life. Beautiful, beautiful woman. Very petite. Not my type, but beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Have you noticed when a lioness grabs an antelope by the neck, the antelope gives up its fight as if it's the law of the land? A bit of fight and the antelope runs free. Elizabeth says, I don't want Trump to run again. He was finished in January 6, 2021. Rudy says, New Orleans checking in, catching your show a little late. I'm at work. Thank you for being here. Anyway, Rudy, appreciate you. Rudy. Why folks hail Trump, I do not understand. See, the thing is, if the MAGA movement is about all of us, we can't single out our focus on one person. We need to look around and we need to gather up who is about that life. Like, if you're about that MAGA life, like I keep saying, Ultra MAGA is a lifestyle. It's everything that we do. It's not the merch that we wear. It's everything that we do. I love my hat. You love your hat. But it's something bigger than that. It's about something more than that. And I agree with you. I understand. Let's see. Elizabeth says, all the money folks continue to send him. The man abandoned the January 6 Patriots. He condemned them. Folks should have sent money to the Patriots, not locked up, not to Trump. That I will agree with. I don't send Trump money anymore, and I'm not going to. And I heard that because of this FBI raid, that their fundraising efforts have just completely exploded. Well, that's great, but I still have friends in jail. So I'm not really, I love the man and I want him to run again. But like I said, we need to be looking around for who else has the qualifications of a commander.
Ted Cruz.
I don't agree with Elizabeth. We need Trump to start the relay run. He's already in the race running. Who's going to follow? Elizabeth says, I hope Ron DeSantis runs. I hope he runs too. I hope Kristi Noem runs, because Kristi Noem, again, not loud, not popular, not bombastic, but does she have the qualifications of a commander? She sure fucking did, because she held She held her own when the rest of the country was locking down, and she says it's not going to happen in my state. She had a bigger pair than a lot of people.
All right. He backstage, he said.
All right. Angry
Can you
Snowman.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
We hear you,
I
boy.
had to reset my phone. White boy having to deal with the Fed struggles. But I wanted to point out two things that I heard that him say that were, I thought, probably the most important things. And I hope that if he does get elected for Pennsylvania, that he doesn't allow the corruption to, change what he's trying to do, because that seems to be a habit with officials nowadays. But the first thing he pointed out was this, that government officials think that they're the ones that are in charge. And they're not. They're misled, that they're actually there to represent the people, because the people are the ones in charge. That is a very important statement, and we need more officials to be making that statement, because that's them recognizing that they don't have power, that they don't have authority, that they aren't above the working class and the people that they represent. They're there to do a public service to the country. And that is extremely important for America to understand. The other thing that he said that I picked up on that is probably the most important was when he referred to America as a republic. America is a republic, a constitutional republic at that, folks.
Yeah.
This is not a democracy, never was a democracy, never intended to be a democracy. Our founders and the framers of this nation could not stand democracy. They watched how democracy had destroyed Europe for thousands of years. That's why they chose to go the route of a republic. The only thing democratic about our nation, and if they could have found a way to fix that, is the election process. That is it. That is the only democratic thing about this nation. Other than that, this country being a democracy, sorry, it was never intended. And when you hear your elected officials up there like Nancy Pelosi, Maxine Waters, even people like the quote unquote wannabe Republicans, what's his name, Lindsey Graham and all them, calling this country a democracy, saying it's a democratic republic, or saying our democracy is being attacked. You're damn right your democracy is being attacked, because this country was never fucking supposed to be a democracy to begin with.
Amen.
What you guys have done is destroy the Constitution. You've literally perverted it by taking and replacing it with the United States Code, which violates everything that the Constitution stood for and protected the people of this nation from you bastards. People need to start paying attention. You need to really open your eyes. When they're literally telling you that pedophiles and child rapers are more important, and what they have to say has more validity than the truth, that is a serious problem, folks. When they're telling you that the truth is more dangerous than somebody trying to talk to your 4-year-old about their sexuality, that is a problem. We have reached a point of where you have to make a choice, a decision. Lines have been drawn already for long ago, and now they're moving that line closer and closer and closer and closer to your front door. What are you going to do? You're going to wait till these jackboots are kicking your damn door in and taking you in the middle of the night like they did them boys in Michigan?
Next.
Because you know what? I'm going to tell you what, like they did all them people at the fucking jack-off insurrection thing, that fake hoax. I'm telling you what, this shit, you think this shit is just those people? Just like it happened to them, it could easily happen to you, and you don't know how easy it can happen. It can happen overnight. When you're going to bed one night, hugging your wife and kids goodnight, and you wake up in the morning and you got feds in your fucking house with guns drawn on your kids.
Yes.
On your kids.
Exactly.
How long are we going to sit here as Americans and make excuses and sit and say, well, that there's a way to do shit. You're right. There is a way to do shit. They put it right there in the Constitution. They gave us all the fucking power. We have the power. All we have to do is execute that power. When Americans actually sit and stand together as one fucking unified force, and understand that all this colorism shit, all this fucking political shit, all this fucking gender shit is nothing more than political ideology put out there to fucking blind you from what's really going on in the real world around you, and to keep you preoccupied with other bullshit that doesn't even matter or affect your daily life, so they can actually sit behind closed doors in the middle of the night and do shit that does affect your daily life.
Nigga,
then we will be free people again.
Wow, yeah. Preaching. Thank you so much.
Sorry, I haven't been able to actually speak like that in a while, because if I do,
you heard my cry. I love.
Look, the truth of the matter is it's like this. You can ask Mo. I came on YouTube for one specific purpose, and that was to let people know that they were being attacked.
Yes.
I came on YouTube all over the Michigan shit. I was tied right up in it. I was fortunate. I didn't spend 2 years of my life stolen from me and my livelihood stolen from me. I was very fortunate. But I also took being fortunate as a reason to go to the streets all over social media. And I have not stopped talking about it, have I, Mo? That's all I fucking talk about. Yeah. I have gotten, I don't know how many fucking of my channels struck down. I can't count how many times I've gotten Mo and other content creators fucking struck because of what I say. But it's all
got me struck before. Yeah.
And you know what? It's only because it's the truth. And that's something that people should really be worried about. When they're worried about you telling the truth, when the truth is what they're afraid of over anything else, when truth is their biggest enemy over murderers, over rapists, over drug cartels, and all these other things that actually harm people, when they're worried about feelings being hurt rather than actual people being hurt physically, we have a serious fucking problem. And if we don't get this under control, we're going to watch our nation crumble. Do we really want to leave one of the greatest place in the world in shambles to our children and not give them the tools on how to fix it and make it what it could possibly be? Because look, America has never become the greatest that it can be. It was still right now. We're still in the beginning stages of it. America is still being born, man. We're only 246 years old. We are still being born. Most of these nations in the world that we deal with that are world nations, they've been around for thousands of years. Thousands. I'm talking before Christ, thousands. We're 246 years old. We're babies. We don't even know what potential this country has, but we're allowing these fucking tyrants that want to bring in their authoritarian communist fucking garbage into our country and pollute our fucking children with this shit, steal away the potential for something great to come from this nation, and convince you that you live in the worst place on the planet.
Boy, you better say that.
Keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. And this is why. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Just like Luke Skywalker, that rebel scum, said, I wasn't scared before, but I'm scared now. No. Because it all seemed like it was. So we look at. It was funny. I was talking about David Koresh out here in Waco last night or the day before.
Did to him.
And I remember being a kid watching everything on TV live, and they're just a bunch of crazies. They must have done something terrible. We trust the feds. We trust Janet Reno. these people have our best interests at heart. Oh, it must have happened for a reason. There had to be a reason. There had to be a reason this all went down. Oh, and a fire. Oh, that must have been their fault. Well, I guess they should have come outside. Blah 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 blah. And then it happens to people like Zach, people like Joe Biggs, people like people that I actually know in real life.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh wow, it could happen to anybody.
Anybody.
It could happen to any of us. And
Jen,
going
the matter
down
is,
the line, it keeps going. It went from Trump to Scott Perry, and we'll see who's next. We'll see who. I'm sure Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene they're going to get raided, and we're going to watch people that don't even have anything to do with anything, but because the feds don't like who they support and what they believe and the questions that they propose. I mean, I didn't know questioning was a crime.
And Marjorie, I was elevate. I remember she was just active. Me and her like real like this. I didn't even look. She said she was gonna run. I kind of looked like, okay, people say they're gonna run. All of a sudden, she blown up. I didn't even think she was gonna win because it just surprised me because everybody's just running. They say they're gonna run, and she just took off out of nowhere. Like, wow.
You got to sit and think about one thing. If all these laws and legislations that Congress passed were so just, then why do they make themselves exempt of the law in the halls of Congress? Think about that for a second. Why do they have to make themselves exempt of the very just laws that they pass on us? Why do they have to give people qualified immunity and allow elected officials to have ignorance of the law if ignorance of the law is not an excuse for us?
Yep.
Because they know that we are the ones with the power. And if they can convince us that we have no power and we are the ruled rather than the rulers, then they've already won. People, you need to free your minds. You really do. And I'm not using some cheesy Matrix quote. You really need to free your minds. You need to open a fucking book and read. Learn how to understand English and learn what the definitions of these words really mean, and understand the power that they have over you when you have no fucking kind of when you allow them to. When you allow yourself to be willfully ignorant of everything, because that's what this is. This is people being willfully ignorant. Yep. Why should I care about it? It don't affect me. That's going on over in California. Oh, why does that matter? It don't affect me. That's a law that was passed over in Utah. Do you guys really realize that once the federal government passes a law that they aren't supposed to be passing anyhow, it's law everywhere. It doesn't matter if it's a senator from Utah or a House member from fucking Massachusetts or Vermont or some shit like that. That shit affects you. And then when you sit back and you watch these Supreme Court hearings where the Supreme Court backs these unconstitutional laws, now that's set case precedent in all of your local courts.
Mm-hmm.
That's why people need to start reading books and understanding the way this country's supposed to be ran, because we do not have a fucking representative constitutional republic anymore. We have a banana republic ran by a bunch of fucking tyrants that have been bought and paid for by foreign interests. They're selling us out. They are stealing our fucking resources. They're stealing our wealth, and they're stealing our lives and our liberties, and they're convincing you to get down on your hands and knees and beg them and fast forward to take more of them away, and doing it by murdering your children right in front of your face on live TV. And you're sitting back saying, oh, that don't affect me. Are you going to be saying that, like I said, when it does affect you? That's a little too late when they're knocking on your door. It's a little too late when you're the one with that GoFundMe account trying to raise money to pay for your family that just got murdered, and you're trying to raise money to bury them.
Exactly.
I
mean, I understand that a lot of people think this is extreme talk, but these are extreme times.
It's not extreme talk. It's not extreme talk at all.
Do
It's
they know?
realistic talk. And I'm going to tell y'all right here, right now, if something happens to me, you guys better share my videos from my first video. I have over 600 videos now.
Yep.
Y'all do not let my spirit die.
Mm-hmm.
Do not let my words die, because I brought the receipts on everything from every battle that we're fighting, from the sexuality battle, the culture battle, the tech battle, the legal battles. I have shown you all everything you need to see. I've talked about DARPA. Okay, and you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and end this on this note. I actually made this little chart. Go ahead, Mo, any final words? And then Angry Snowman, you go after him, and then I'll wrap it up.
And my final words is, and it's something I predicted like a couple years ago. And I mean, right now it's happening, because I remember right after Trump, right a day before, a couple of days before Biden got inaugurated, right a couple of days, I think it was the day before that. And it was something that was that Trump, remember the Alamo? It was the final wall thing. Remember that at the Alamo right there, and it was a finish the wall thing. It was something I had shared. I didn't even do nothing on the video. I just shared it, and they said it was dangerous content and gave me a strike. And now they started striking people for just sharing Trump's videos. And right now that shows you how we are. I mean, how they're trying to enslave us. And it's getting to this point that if we even talk about Trump or anything, or if they find out we vote for Trump or say we voted for anybody that's not of their agenda, that they are going to shut us down just from supporting, or just from being a Republican, just for being a right wing, just for being woke. You have to be a left winger.
Just loving America makes you a terrorist now.
Yeah, so they're going to call you a terrorist just for having a flag. They're gonna try to ban the flag. It's getting to that. It's getting to that we can't even find
in some places.
Huh?
It's already like that in some places.
Yeah.
You go to some of these suburban places that have HOAs that are all wokety woke, and it's already like that, where they tell you can't even fly the American flag because it violates the homeowner association guidelines to fly the American flag.
Mm-hmm. But you can fly God's promise flag, the flag that God promised that He would never flood the earth again. And they flipped God's flag, God's colors, the rainbow. They flipped it. They flipped God's promise.
They perverted it like everything else. You know, straight up. You're right, Mo, for real. Everything that is wrong is right now, and everything that is right is a fucking crime now.
Mhm.
We live in fucking Wonderland, dude.
Yes.
And there's too many people that are okay with it.
Yeah. Wonderland.
You know, Mo, I saw it going down this path. Look, I remember when I was, a beginner in the militia movement, and it was the last 4 years of Biden's administration, and everybody was talking about Hillary running because she was Secretary of State. They had already been talking about her running to be his successor. They weren't even talking about Biden, which was people were mind blown that Biden wasn't even going to try. They were going to pass it off to Hillary first, not fucking Biden, the vice president. I mean, come on. What's up with that? But I remember that last 4 years, the militia movement and the patriot movement, the 3%er movement, the Americans that love this country movement. Dude, it got to numbers they never saw before. Fucking militias coming out of the woodwork, people doing protests and rallies for First and Second Amendment rights, this, that, and the other. People saying that if Hillary got elected as president, that was an act of war against the nation because she was a criminal. People saying they were willing to go to war with their government if they put her in office. And then when Trump got elected, everybody sat down, put their gear in their closet, cracked open a beer, and started watching football again as if everything was all good. And I told everybody then that this country's going to hell, because if it's that easy to get you suffice to get you to pacified enough to sit down and stop fighting for your freedom, then you've already lost it. If that's all it takes is for someone that you can actually relate to be in office, if it's that simple, if you're that simple that you can be pacified like that, that you're willing to put down arms and stop fighting and not realize that that's only one person out of a body of 446 fucking members of Congress and 100 fucking people in the Senate that actually make all the rules, folks. You guys are putting all the fucking power in one man's hand, and it's 547 fucking people in Congress that are controlling your lives. And I want you to understand something. The reason why they're fighting so hard, look at how many of these motherfuckers are 60, 70, 80 years old in Congress still that have been in there for 30, 40, 50, some of them 60 goddamn years, passing the same bullshit. They are trying to make sure that they get their authority and their grips on this country to so tight that you can't take it away, because they know that their time is almost up. They know their life is coming to an end. And they want to take this nation by force. And that's what they're doing right now. They are taking it by force. Why aren't you willing to? Isn't your freedom worth it? Fuck it. Let's not even talk about your freedom. Isn't your kids' freedom worth it? Are your fucking children worth your fucking freedom? Are you willing to sacrifice everything for your children? Or are they not worth anything? Are your grandchildren worth your freedom? Are you willing to sacrifice all? Or are you going to wait till you're getting your house raided or you're getting fucking a home invasion in the middle of the night? Because then you ain't going to be able to do too much. I promise you, I've been there.
Yes.
100%. Thank you. Thank you both. Mo, tell everyone how to find you, and then Snowman, tell everyone how to find you.
All right. How to find me? You can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/MauriceDelk. You can find me on Twitter, twitter.com/DelkReese. And of course, you can find me on YouTube. I got 1 million channels. No, I got about 7 channels, and you can just look my name up on YouTube. Just go my regular name, Maurice Delk, and subscribe to my other channels. And I got about 6 other channels. I got shorts and all that other stuff. So in case they flag me, I alternate my channels. So, and you can find me on True Social, even though I've been lazy. I forgot my password. I got to recover it. I forgot it. I ain't doing that so long. That's my bad. I've been lazy. So I am on True Social. Just look up Maurice Delk right there, and that's it. And just Google my name, and you'll find me. Just go to
He's
Google.
everywhere. He's everywhere.
I'm everywhere. I'm in your head. No ball.
Yeah, and me, I'm the
gonna take you out of the
I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere, man. You can find me on YouTube, under the Angry Snowman. You can find me on Twitter under the Angry Snowman. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram under the Angry Snowman. You can find me on Facebook under Brian Hennon. Brian spelled Bryon. You can find me everywhere on YouTube. I am not shy about going to people's channels and disrupting shit and letting them know what's going on. I am everywhere on YouTube. If you're walking around, if you go around YouTube and you mess around anywhere in the manosphere, the black community of YouTube, the patriot community of YouTube, anywhere where they're talking about stuff that's affecting life, I'm there trying to get people to see the truth. I'm all over the place.
Thank you, Angry Snowman.
Yeah, take it easy, Jen. Keep doing what you're doing.
Oh no, thank you. I see the passion and I see the pain, and this is why we fundraise for Zach. It's a drop in the bucket, but I would rather people give to, even if it's not helping that individual who's incarcerated, at least give to their families, at least show that we care, at least keep their memories alive, whether they're here or not. Like, there's so much going on, but everyone just wants to talk about trending topics, and people don't understand how this trickles and affects real life. So thank you. And you can come on my show anytime.
Absolutely.
All right. So the last thing that I wanted to show you guys, this is a chart that I made, just a little handwritten chart. I'm going to turn off my background so you guys can see this. Excuse my messy room because I'm not giving a fuck right now. But it starts off with Department of Justice and Department of Homeland Security. DARPA, which is actually not a federal agency, but it is one that clearly works very closely with federal agencies. Here's the terrorist watch, okay? It's going to start with the 3%ers, the Oath Keepers, and the PBs, okay? Then underneath that, we're going to go into disinformers, and bringing this full circle back to Scott Perry. Scott Perry is being investigated because he's considered a disinformer for simply questioning Donald Trump's legitimacy to the election in 2020, okay? Underneath that, and we've already seen this, we've got any kind of anti-COVID, anti-critical race therapy, and anti-groomer parents, okay? Underneath that, I guarantee you Christians are coming next. Any Christians, especially Christians who fly the American flag, y'all are next. And the last part is the moderate Democrats and the libertarians are going to come next, because see, moderate Democrats and libertarians, even though they're small in number, even though they are trying to ride the fence, okay, the reason they're going to become a problem is because after they see the rest of us get put in the gulag, they're going to start to question things themselves, if they are fair, if they are mature, and if they are informed, okay? There's a song by Bryson Gray called Patriots versus Everybody, and that's literally where we're at. I want to thank you guys for being with me. Go find Scott Perry on Instagram and Twitter. Go throw him some love and support, and we will continue talking about the Mar-a-Lago raid either tonight or tomorrow. And again, thank you to Maurice Stelk and to Angry Snowman for being with me today. And I apologize to all of you for the technical difficulties, but that will change very soon. Thank you. Stand tall.